Hello, Gemini. It is Jen with Timeline Tarot, and these are your predictions for the first 2 weeks of February 2025. I've set the intentions of this reading to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. So if you are a Gemini Sun, Moon, or Rising placement, then this reading is for you. If you'd like to check out your other placements, but you're not sure what they are, in the description box below is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. Just take a look at that site and come back here and watch the video or videos for the respective placement or placements that you wish to view. Gemini, do keep in mind that this is a collective general reading. That means it's not individualized or personalized to you. Therefore, messages may come through today that don't fully resonate. And if that happens, please don't get upset. It just means that that particular message is intended for someone else of your sign or your sign's placement. So as I always say in these collective readings, take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. With all that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Gemini collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know for the first 2 weeks of February 2025? Let's get one more shuffle now. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, Gemini, we have the Devil. The top row is Temperance, the Knight of Wands, and the Justice card. The Devil is being flanked by the Page of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. Your bottom row is the Nine of Swords, the Hangman, and the Eight of Pentacles. The bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups to the Page of Pentacles to the Hermit card. So, Gemini, reading this, this first column, Temperance to the Page of Wands to the Nine of Swords. I feel like you're trying to discover ways to balance something in your life, whether it's a particular situation, environment, or connection, platonic or romantic. You seem to be trying to discover ways to bring balance to it. You're overthinking how to do that. And for some of you, it could be causing you some stress, some insomnia. You could be noticing maybe you're feeling a little bit more depressed. For some of you, issues with your sleep patterns. But it's definitely something that you're ruminating on almost to the point of mental exhaustion. Your center column, we have the Knight of Wands to the Devil to the Hangman. I think you're trying to decide. It's like, I want to take inspired action, right? I'm trying to discover a way to balance whatever this is. I'd like to take inspired action to do something about it, but I'm trying to see this from a different perspective. Is what I'm trying to change toxic or not? And that seems to be what you don't know. Do I really need to find another job? Do I really need to end this friend connection? Do I need to stop talking to this family member? Do I need to disconnect from this lover? Is it toxic or is it not? And I kind of feel if it's toxic, you want to move actively to rid it from your life. And if it's not toxic, you'd like to move forward with whatever this is. Justice to the Wheel of Fortune to the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, once you can figure out what to do with it, and you can do it in a balanced way, then I think you are entering a new cycle of your life. You're either going to work to move away from whatever this toxicity is, or you're going to work at continue improving the situation, environment, or connection if you deem it not to be toxic. Let's get into the After Tarot deck here and clarify these cards for you. So let's clarify this. Temperance to the Page of Wands, to the Nine of Swords, to the Knight of Wands. I just saw the Three of Pentacles. To the Knight of Wands, to the Devil, to the Hangman, Justice, Wheel of Fortune, and the Eight of Pentacles. This is a really big decision for you. One more shuffle now. Thank you. Temperance, Gemini, is being clarified by the Four of Swords. The Knight of Wands is being clarified by the High Priestess. The Justice card is being clarified by the Five of Pentacles. The Page of Wands is clarified by the Empress. The Devil is being clarified by the Knight of Swords. The Wheel of Fortune is being clarified by the Three of Swords. The Nine of Swords is being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. The Hangman is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is being clarified by the Moon. The bottom of the deck, Gemini, we have the Knight of Cups to Temperance to the Queen of Pentacles. So, Gemini, I'm going to be honest with you. Whatever this is in your life, I do feel like your determination in the first 2 weeks of February is that it's toxic. In the After Tarot deck, the Knight of Swords is very different than what we see in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot deck, the Knight is on the horse and they are getting ready to go to battle. in the after tarot deck, the Knight of Swords is actually engaging in battle, slaying the enemy. And in this case, you would be slaying the toxicity. Now, for some of you, this could be a pattern within yourself. It could be a habit. For others of you, yes, you're deciding that the situation you're in is toxic and you need to remove yourself from it, or the environment that you live in or exist in is toxic, and therefore you're going to make moves now to move away from it or move to another place, move to another community. And for others of you, you have a connection in your life, whether it's a friend, a family member, or a lover, and you're deeming that connection with that individual to be toxic. And so you are removing that person in your life by walking away from them. So it'll be different for all of you, but the one thing that the collective has in common, and that's why it's coming up in a collective reading, is that you are discovering and identifying that something is toxic in your life. What that toxicity is different for all of you. But the one thing the collective has in common is coming to the realization that they need to remove something toxic from their life. Four of Swords to the Temperance card. I feel like this, you're actively healing. You're probably healing at this time, entering the month of February, because whatever this toxicity has been, it hasn't been easy for you. For you to enter the month in the Four of Swords means that the Three of Swords has occurred, and we see that here. Although by the time we get here, you're well on your way to healing it. So you're already entering the month here with the broken heart. You're trying to emotionally balance yourself because of what has transpired. So you're currently healing. The High Priestess to the Knight of Wands says you are taking inspired action to leave this behind, but you're not doing it because of something you think or because you feel this way. You're actually being guided, like intuitively guided. So your intuition is telling you this is no bueno, this has to go, and you're trusting your intuition. Justice to the Five of Pentacles further confirms that in an effort for you to bring some kind of balance into your life, you need to abandon whomever or whatever this is. Again, could be a habit, could be a trait, and for others of you, a situation, environment, or connection. The Page of Wands to the Empress. I feel like now you're in your power. I think you were allowing whatever this toxicity has been for you to really dominate your life. And I don't think many of you realized that you were doing that. But now that you've discovered this, that Page of Wands is your card of discovery. Now that you have discovered what that toxicity is, you're able to move on from it because now you're in your power. Now you really have full control of your life, right? The Emperor or Empress in Tarot, they rule over an empire. Well, if you're the Emperor or Empress of your life, you're ruling now over your life. So now you truly have control of the direction your life is going in. So the Knight of Swords to the Devil is slaying whatever that toxicity is. And the Wheel of Fortune to the Three of Swords in the After Tarot deck, the three swords that typically we see in the heart is not there. They have fallen off. The heart is repairing. And so this is a new cycle for you. For some of you, you're repairing how you look at love, what you believe love is, what you believe you have to do to gain love. So for a lot of you, this could be love related. But, you know, if it's not love related, it's just the Gemini collective as a whole is identifying something toxic in their life that has to go. They're not bringing it with them into the next cycle of their life. And so this was a big lesson for you with the High Priestess, the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, the, you know, Justice card. This was a huge spiritual lesson for you. And so I think that you're healing some kind of wound within yourself, whether that's a childhood wound, whether that is a wound because of this particular situation, environment, or connection, whatever caused that Three of Swords and however long that Three of Swords has been existing in you, by confronting this toxicity and removing it from your life, you are now well on your way to healing. Nine of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. You got it covered, babe. You don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to think about it anymore. Your negative thoughts are now being replaced by thoughts of abundance, thoughts of a brighter future, thoughts of goals. Two of Pentacles to the Hangman. You're now seeing things from a different perspective. What you once thought was healthy was actually toxic. And now that you're recognizing that toxicity for what it is, you're able to walk away from it in a much more balanced way. The moon to the 8 of Pentacles. So you're working on it. The first 2 weeks of February is determining what this toxicity is, making the judgment call that it's toxic. But I don't think you're quite leaving it yet in the first 2 weeks of February. The moon to the 8 of Pentacles tells me you want to move on from whatever this is, but you can't immediately do it. There's a little fear and a little anxiety here. So let's say this is a toxic job environment and you're finally making the determination in the first 2 weeks of February, I have to leave. No one is expecting you to quit on the spot and leave yourself without any money. So it's almost like identifying the job as toxic, knowing that you will have another job in the, in the next cycle of your life, but you can't immediately just quit your job, right? So you would have to work at replacing that job, finding another job. And there could be some fears or insecurities surrounding that, right? It's always nerve-wracking when you have to become vulnerable and put out resumes and applications and go through the whole interview process. So are you immediately closing this out in the first 2 weeks of February? No. But the collective is determining what it is and have made the conscious decision to remove it from their life. And by the time you get to the February 15th mark, you'll begin working on ways on how to overcome those fears and insecurities so you can move on from it. Let's get you some oracle cards and then we'll close out your reading with some kippers. Let's get some oracle cards here for Gemini, please. Oracle cards here for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. Your first row is being clarified by light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Remember what I said? You're taking inspired action based on your intuition. So yes, it's your internal guidance that is calling you to leave whatever this is behind. Your second row here is being clarified by ancestor spirit. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. And that could be what this Three of Swords is. You could be healing ancestral karma. You could be healing a childhood wound. You could be healing your broken heart from whatever this is or whomever this is that you're leaving behind. Perhaps with that Empress card to the Three of Swords here being healed, maybe some of you are coming into your power and you've learned what your self-worth is. And that could be a wound within you that is being healed. And then the final row here is being clarified by Dharma. Dharma is unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time towards happiness. And I think that's what you'll be doing here by the time you get to mid-month of February. Again, it's a little unclear in the first 2 weeks. I get that. But you will make your way there one step at a time. Bottom of the deck, you have downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. I would pay particularly close attention to my dreams over the course of the next 2 weeks. I think that will be aiding you with your intuition here so you can make the decision of what this is and, to let it go and maybe even how to let it go. Let's get into the kippers real quick and then we'll close out your reading, Gemini. It actually looks like you're finally on the right path. Bottom of the deck, Lovers. Now, like everything, you have the divine gift of free will. So Lovers is the ultimate choice card for you. So, this is a choice. If you want to stay in whatever toxic pattern or trait or situation, environment, or connection that is, that's your choice to do that. But if you want to create this good dharma for yourself, then this would be the path forward for you. Let's get you some kippers here now for Gemini. One more shuffle. Thank you. We have courthouse, which is funny. I always see that sort of like as the justice card. So I do think, this is a decision you're making and it's almost like the final verdict. Like once you make this, I kind of feel like there's no going back. You also have great fortune. For your second row, you have coffin. I told you you're putting an end to it. And then you have expectation. For your third row here, you have marriage and you have despair. Bottom of the deck is the Lovers again. So I do think some of you are making the decision. Again, justice, so like the justice card here in that top row, to leave behind whatever this is because you are in the pursuit of something greater, a better job, a better situation, better friends, better family, even if they're friends that become family, a better lover, like whatever that is for you, you're making the judgment call that you need to move towards greatness. So you're putting an end to the toxicity. The expectation card here, I kind of feel whomever, whatever you're leaving behind, they've been expecting you to do this. I don't think that this will come as a significant shock to this individual. For some of you, you could be leaving behind a marriage. For others of you, this is now, if you're leaving a toxic romantic connection, this is now putting you on the path to the marriage card. I do feel, again, like this person that you're leaving behind here is in despair. Let's clarify this despair card for Gemini. I mean, this could be the boss you're leaving behind, the friend you're disconnecting from, and yeah, for some of you, could be the lover. Tell me more about this despair card for Gemini. One more shuffle. The despair card is being clarified by the gift. Bottom of the deck, toil and labor. I feel like whoever you're leaving behind, one looks at you as if you are a gift to them or you have been a gift to them. I do think that this individual comes in with some kind of apology or offer. And of course, you have the divine gift of free will to decide whether or not you want to, stay at the job, go back to the job, stay in the friendship, stay in the family connection, return to the lover, whatever it is. But I kind of feel like the individual if you're leaving a particular, well, I should say whomever or whatever you're leaving, I do feel like they come in with a gift to try to maybe like entice you to stay or to convince you to stay. But again, what you decide to do is entirely up to you. We do see at the bottom of the deck here that Knight of Cups. So yeah, that's quite possible. Whomever or whatever you're leaving will come in with some kind of offer asking you to stay and to like either continue working with them with the toil and labor card, or to continue working on the connection with them. But that's what I have for you, Gemini. That's your prediction. All of you are contemplating leaving something. What that something is, it's different for all of you. But the Gemini Collective is making the determination that whatever or whomever it is, it's toxic and it will not be part of the next chapter of their life. So whatever it is, it looks like you're healing yourself from something that was pretty toxic. And for many of you, you're healing a childhood wound. And for others of you, you're actually healing ancestral karma. So good for you. You are well on your way to abundance. And for many of you, a long-term committed relationship as well. That's what I have for you, Gemini, for the first 2 weeks of February 2025. If you like this message and it resonates with you, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.